So we're gonna sort of blaze through this draw. Actually, no, let's take it slow. Nah. Let's see where it goes. Abaddon was the response with the Leshrac to the first overall pick ET. I think that right now that is Red Panda's best hero, and that's the hero that Aster was able to beat Elephants with in the 2 games where they banned that hero in the first phase. Obviously, you're playing against Aster, so you cannot allow Nature's Prophet or Treant to be in the game. Don't allow Lanham to play these abusive heroes. He's playing the Abaddon now with Lesh. So that's become the new backup for Leshrac. Traditionally, it's always been the Oracle behind the Leshrac. But now it's the Abaddon. I think it's more to do with the priority of the Abaddon overall as a hero. A bit more flexibility and utility on the map than just the Oracle. So quite useful to have that hero. On the side of Elephant, they go back for this Mars pick. So big team fight. We've seen Mars, ET work out quite well for Elephant in particular. I think IG's made a slightly better use of this combination, but it's still quite good from the side of Elephant. So this spring here, one of the things that we have here is afterwards Aster going for Ursa, the classic Monet hero. This has been the Monet special over the last couple of weeks. He's looked incredible on this hero. So this is going to help him in the lane versus Ursa. They picked Luna now. Alright, I was going to talk about these support. Let's go get to Luna. We'll get to Luna. So it seemed likely they were actually going to do this because they first protect us by removing Spectre. Lifestealer as well is kind of a rough matchup for Luna because a lot of your damage in the earlier portion of the game is magic in nature and this hero just runs at you no matter what. Luna. The Moon Rider gets followed up by a Lion pick on the side of Aster as they also respond to the 4-position Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's great actually in this game, and I think that's probably the reason why they picked the Luna, right? You get the Shadow Demon Luna combo, not as OP crazy as it used to be, but still quite strong. And in particular, it's a save for the Luna. I'm telling y'all, this hero can work. I'm telling y'all it can work. This Luna hero, but something has to be figured out about it. We did see a pretty strong Luna performance yesterday. Whose Luna was it? It was... I forget whose Luna it was. But we just seen amazing Luna. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. Either way, the issue I have with this hero is that something feels missing. It's either a bit too squishy, doesn't do enough damage fast enough, or when it gets to the super late game portion, it doesn't peak well enough. But I think Shadow Demon might be the missing ingredient. It's always funny how Dota becomes cyclical given a long enough time. There used to be the time where this was the duo. It was crazy strong. So let's see if Elephant can make it work. For the side of Aster, now here going into the final phase, they ban out the Storm Puck because it's apparent that on the side of Elephant they need a hero for Somnus. Brood Pango taken out from Aster. So what's XXX gonna play? What's Somnus playing? Somnus still has his DK in the game, his DP in the game. Oh, his DP is banned. He played Morphling the other day, but I don't think that goes that well with the Luna. Perhaps Ember Spirit, actually. Maybe Void Spirit, perhaps, is also an option. But I actually like the DK. Even though the Ursa can't help chew through it, I want some hero that can buy BKB and can help stand in the fight versus the Leshrac. That's one of the main issues that I have whenever I see like these heroes for Somnus, is that sometimes it doesn't allow him to play the fights equally versus both of the opposing cores. So DK it may be. They're really thinking about it though. What's ROTK gonna pull out of the bag of tricks here? I doubt it's gonna be like Rubik or Beastmaster or anything. I have seen mid Rubik versus Leshrac look fairly decent, but not decent enough I think for when you're playing against what right now is the best team in China, in the side of Team Aster. It probably behooves you to just pick something that you are super comfortable with rather than something that has an option of winning the game. Oh, chirp! Oh, chirp! Shout out to you, comrade. Shout out to you. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, comrade. Okay, Elephant did this the other day as well. They get themselves the Gyrocopter. When they did this, I think they had LC. Was it LC or Centaur that game that they played in the offlane? Either way, in this game, it's magic damage. a surprising amount of magic damage because there's also Elder Titan as well as a Shadow Demon. Yo, Soul Catcher with the Spirit on top of you with Natural Order will allow Gyrocopter to do a bunch of damage in a short space of time. The issue though is they feel so flimsy on the side of Elephant. And they really are relying on the Shadow Demon to do everything in this game. FY has to pull out the saves of his life to ensure that this Gyrocopter and the Luna don't end up falling perpetually to the Lion and the Ursa combination. Because if Lion gets a jump onto you, you're probably going to die because Ursa will be there. Tons of damage in a very short span of time. And they last picked this Brewmaster. Don't see this hero very often in the meta right now, but I think it's actually a fairly good pick for this game. At this point, all they really needed was a hero to just control up the team fights, right? If you look at Elephant's draft, you might be baited into thinking it's a major team fight draft because of this ET Mars combo. But besides the ET Mars, the ultimates from the Gyrocopter and the Luna, it's going to be a while before they feel comfortable using those ultimates and going into the fight. So as long as you're Aster, interrupting one of them as the Brewmaster with XXX can create so much chaos. And hell, even if the Mars gets off a good arena, what use is the arena if one of the key heroes just can't do anything in the duration of it? So normally, I like betting against Aster in game one, but I think this is a very good draft for Aster. And I don't think that, even though it was first to Leshrac, I don't think Elephants has done enough to address it. And it has adequate protection now from the Ursa and the Brewmaster. So yeah, I'm going Aster for game one. What do y'all have? What do y'all have? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Tell me what you think. Tell me who you're betting for. Tell me what's on your mind. As we get now into game number one. Team Aster taking on Elephant. It's a young best of three. This is the reverse fixture. Let's get into it. Aster. Of course, Lanem are batting, y'all. Yo, it cannot be understated just how crazy good Lanem is on this hero. And how much he's able to attain and accomplish with a very short span of time. And with very few spells. Just spamming out the Aphotic Shield Miscoil, man. Who needs a support that costs everything? Who needs to play Grimstroke when you just play a Baron? It's all good. Now, game starting off. Probably gonna need some headphones for this. So let's talk about these lane matchups, right? So the White Album, I think this was actually against Elephant, this exact matchup against the Gyrocopter. And he ended up losing the matchup because what Somnus ended up doing, he went 3-1-1. And with that build, he played super aggressive. He was always positioning himself on the high ground, right in the Leshrac's face, knowing that the earlier levels of Diabolic and Lightning Storm won't affect him as much as Rocket Barrage will affect the Lesh. We'll see if he pursues a similar build in this game. They're going to contest now for this early bounty. Are they going to pick it up? No, they will not. XXX. They have too many stuns to cover. Both Split Earth and the Earth Spike does a good enough job of ensuring that they get the gold. White Album pitching up here in the mid lane. Very interesting matchup this. This is what we're all here to see. Somnus versus White Album. This is crucial for Elephant because Somnus is going to be playing sort of like their spellcaster / dual tempo controller. It's a lot of responsibility on this game. It'll be very interesting to see what Somnus decides to do to help out his team with this particular build-up. Oh snap, betting is open. We're going to close betting in 3, 2, 1, closed. Sorry. No more predictions, no more bets. The time has come. You got to stick by your earlier decision. Here in the top lane, XXX and Borax, the two of them can present a decent enough lane to ensure XXX gets some levels, but getting farm is going to be quite complicated. This is not a fun lane to play into as a Brewmaster. He'll have to get like the Drunken Brawler points before he starts to have a hope in that lane. And here we see in the mid lane, Somnus, back to his bullying antics. And then level 3, he got Rocket Barrage last time. We'll see if he pursues that same track. But definitely a lane I'm expecting the Gyrocopter to come away with. Top lane, I'm expecting Eurus to be able to get all the farm that he needs here on this Luna. But every now and then, there's going to be an excursion like what Red Panda's doing now towards middle. So Eurus should play a lot more carefully. Can they get this water rune? Alright, this is great. Red Panda's going to get the one. Somnus is going to make sure he secures the other one. So they deny a lot of regen to White Album. And he did go for this early bottle, so he requires this rebottling. If they can do the same movement that Red Panda did now, once they hit 3 minutes on this bounty rune, hell, Somnus might even connect over to try to get that kill. It can be massive towards making sure this Leshrac has a slower game. Oh, you don't have in-game? Oh, my bad. I got you. And there we go. You should have in-game sound now. White Album, yet again eating another missile. Ugh, so annoying. So annoying. Now that they have started to they've gotten the more levels into the Brewmaster, we've seen that they did come through to connect with that movement from Red Panda to deny the bounty rune from White Album. So they're making sure that there's no additional regen for the Lesh, but it has come at a cost. Dota is not a game where you get to make moves for free, and the cost is the farm of Eurus, but conversely also increased farm for XXX. He now has been able to get quite a lot of CS. He's going to get to level 3 without too much consequence. In the mid lane, they're going to try and make a move onto the Lesh, but they draw the TP, well, supposed TP, but it doesn't end up coming through. I guess they realized that without a rocket already coming in, there just was never going to be enough damage for that kill to happen. So, or did Borax cancel it with Earthspike? I don't know. I don't know who was trying to TP in there. Armas, me too, but shout out Conrad, I appreciate that. White Album will now at least get a water rune, but it might cost us life. Let's see, can they run him down? Rocket Barrage, is there enough damage? Beautiful Earth Spike from Borax. Whew. Nice and fresh. There was not enough mana to throw out a missile, unfortunately. Had White Album not picked up that water rune, he'd be 100% dead right now. But he does, therefore he gets to survive. I haven't paid much attention towards bottom. Yang has been getting up his CS. He might die now though. I don't like his positioning where he is. And I think Yang is gone. Can he TP out to safety? Oh, he did. Yeah, he's fine. Okay, cool. He's A-okay. Somnus, so same build as he did the last time around, but different outcomes for him. Does seem like White Album has adapted to this matchup somewhat. Because last time it was a massive stomp in Gyrocopter's favor. This time around, Leshrac able to do quite well. Having to resist those ganks definitely made things a bit more difficult. But still able to get a CS. Some of this does come from these jungle creeps, but who cares? Slow build up to the earlier portion of the game right now. Given the effectiveness of early experience for this Aster lineup, I definitely think they're happier with the game as is. They're not only getting that experience, but getting some farm to boot. And now XXX and Borax, because this Brewmaster is sitting at level 4, it's actually quite difficult for Red Panda to come forward anymore and try and harass him out, so it's going to be a very good lane for XXX. Dota 2, man. 2 decisions to rotate off this lane for Red Panda, and he might end up losing his life here as well. If he dies as first blood, oh my god. If they give this to XXX, oh my god. That is huge. That's huge. First blood for this Brewmaster after he's having a better than expected lane. This Brewmaster is also going to be a massive threat to the entire team of Elephants, especially to Yang, because now as long as Brewmaster's in the fight, they actually have no team fight. it's very unlikely you're going to be able to use Disruption to stop the Brewmaster getting his ultimate off. And if there's a Mars Arena, Mars gets tossed in the air. Suddenly, Gyrocopter doesn't feel comfortable. Even if he gets a good call now, you don't want to go into the fight when there's not a Mars nearby to soak up some of the attention and damage. You see now, Lanem gets disrupted up. This might be a good kill onto them. Woo! That was a lot of damage. And the homing missile gets the kill. Somnus will be very happy to pick this up to not have his time wasted for this movement. And they have the level 6 on here, and they desperately want to close the gap onto Monet. I think Somnus is willing to dive the tower for this, but Monet got a little bit too far out of reach.
A tithe to the impurities.
Yang unfortunately was not able to keep him in position. If that Abaddon didn't show up there at that exact moment, we'd probably be looking at a dead bear. So great job on that movement from London. Shows up back bottom. Just thinking about going in here is the side of Elephant. They have the missile going forth. They still have a Photic Shield ready to go if needed. Reinforcements also flowing in from the rest of Aster. Here comes XXX as well, but they don't have the level 6 just yet on the Brewmaster. Yang, with the arena and the spear, should be able to make sure that nobody gets closed down. Well, except for Red Panda, he went the wrong way. Feels bad to be you, mate. White Album will have his teleport scroll justified in its usage, as he does pick up the kill onto Red Panda. Nice time to show up. Ooh, nice time to steal a stack too. God damn. Okay. Oh gosh, this is... And they're giving this also to XXX, as many as they can take. Oh gosh, that's gonna be such a problem. Luna's gonna show up here and be so upset. And Monet also comes through to get in on this action. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. They've lost all that farm. Nice spear back at least for Yang, but XXX will pop the first ultimate of the game. Yang, unfortunately, Arena will not keep you completely alive. Actually, it will, because the jump in with FY to save him. Red Panda also got off a very nice Echo Stomp. It does, though, cost the life of Yang. XXX, his Brewmaster ultimate will finish just now. And I don't think they have enough damage to kill him. Just with Red Panda and FY. So XXX doesn't manage. Just the XXX on the Brewmaster. He wants this Ursa. They've already managed to bring down Lanem. Next to 4 will be Monet, unable to resist the damage. Lucid Beam to cancel the TP and Eclipse to bring him down. Elephant. Alright, they'll take that. Yang dies, sure, but you involve Somnus and Eurus in some extremely important kills, and now you can put pressure on the tier 1. You know you're going to lose your tier 1 fairly shortly, because White Album is going to be spending some time here in the top lane. FY will try to slow this down as much as he can, but this tower is living on borrowed time. So if you can get their tower before you lose yours to Leshrac, it's always such a good feeling. And they might even pick up the bonus kill onto Lanem once more. Yang looking for a good position onto the spear. Gonna be able to find it. There we go. Latch him to a tree and they will be able to find that kill. And Borax also shows up to help kill FY. So that'll allow Aster to get this tier 1 as well. Red Panda just soaking up some experience middle, desperately wants level 6. The ET splitter in this game can be quite useful versus heroes like Ursa. Somnus, we're going to see very shortly what he's going to decide to be building into. Same is true for Eurus. He's already got Mask of Madness, but now is the real decision. Is it Mask of Madness Manta, Mask of Madness SNY, Mask of Madness BKB, Mask of Madness Chrysalis, Mask of Madness Maelstrom? I don't know. Things are wild right now in the land of Dota 2. Still a very close game. Monet currently a little bit behind this Luna. Are they gonna find Yang? He doesn't have a blink dagger to escape this, so he does find himself in a little bit of trouble. Give up the first finger death kill. So the stack build-up will begin right now for Borax. So also get him a little bit closer towards having the blink dagger. Yang is very far from his own blink. Though Ursa's low in terms of the primary cores, this Yang is just low overall, having a rough time in this game. The Red Panda just gonna open up some space to allow Eurus to take out this ancient stack. The other stack was stolen, but fortunately for them, there's no Battle Fury being built for Aster. Ursa's no longer go for that item. That item just generally, unless out of a side of a few heroes, it's not like a must build item anymore on every single carry hero. Alright, so Eurus is going to start Yasha, so we'll still see if it's SNY or Manta. For this game, I personally prefer that they go for the SNY. Like, Manta feels so-so. But SNY, bonus tech ability. I mean, you can still decide to go for the Manta, but status resistance versus all these spells. Even if he is going BKB afterwards, yeah, I'll go for both. I don't know, man, just get as many stat items as you can. And at some point, you'll definitely need a Hurricane Pike. Very beneficial playing against Ursa when you have that item. Game has slowed down somewhat. Lanem was scouted out, planting out this vision, so it should be dewarded as soon as the side of Elephant have time to move into that area. For now, though, it does seem like Aster is setting up to potentially take this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. They have 3 heroes. Just want to keep this lane pushed out. Buy a lot of space for Monet to farm Radiant Triangle. And for this mid lane to be pushed out by the Lash. There's still a tier 1 tower there. And of course, if they can present a threat down bottom and draw at least 3 heroes there, then Lesha can take the middle tower with the Diabolic Edict. But they're trying to counter Lesh herself. Making this big rotation onto the Rainbow Pony. Wait, is this? No way, they're not going for Roche. This has to be a Lesh kill, right? This is a Lesh kill into a tier 1 tower attempt, I imagine. Unless they also want to try and go for top. Monet doesn't know that this is coming. He's going to try retreat right now. It's too late. They got him. Demonic Purge will be out, but they don't feel like they have the necessary fighting ability here for this, as they see all these TPs come in from White Album and XXX. So they just very quickly retreat. They even committed the arena for that. I suppose they really wanted White Album. He's the easier kill. Yang recognizes that trying to go onto Ursa will just take too long with the enrage. And you have that ability. You saw what just happened, right? Leshrac comes in with the TP boots, so he has permanent support ability over the entire map. They will smoke now on Aster to go for this Roshan attempt. But this was scouted. There was an observer that got plopped down right before that smoke play ended up ending. So they should know about this attempt, and they scan onto it. Yep, they are aware, but it's too late. Will they get you in time? I don't think so. Yeah, it's too late. Rosh is gonna go down. First Aegis of the game for Monet. Very wise move there from the side of Aster. After the failed gank, they recognize that, okay, they use Demonic Purge and they use the Mars Ultimate, so neither of these spells are available, and both of these spells are extremely useful for zoning us out of the Roshan pit. With them down, they probably don't feel comfortable fighting into us directly, therefore we can just smoke into Rosh, and even if they know about it, are they going to stop us? No, because they can't. Elephant now have to play this dodge game for a while longer, as they've made sure to just back up. They did catch the smoke. Eurus, mate, you saw he was being smoked into. Can he get away? There's no blink dagger just yet on the Lion. Literally 100 gold short. 100 gold later, that kill happens, but because of the lack of blink, Eurus can get away. The main thing though is that this enables them to take the tier 1 middle. The thing about Aster though is, as much as this Ursa can be very good against both the Luna and the Gyrocopter, if he's able to get on top of them, should definitely not underestimate the power of this dual core lineup here. Not necessarily sure you want to be playing into this late, especially because you can't get to this point as the Gyrocopter, where you're killing these Brewmaster, the Splitlings. It's kind of funny. Of course, Brewmaster will have the option of going for the Ags later. And if he gets to a young 20, it's pretty crazy. They fight top Elephant. They find White Album. Okay. So they catch him out. That's the kill that they wanted to get earlier on. And now this might lead into a pick onto Lanem as well. Lots of Shadow Poison stacks on him. And with the Demonic Purge, more than enough damage to bring him down. With those two heroes dead, I think they can actually go for that tier 2 top. The one scary thing is they are playing with this Luna. So you need to make sure that you keep these outer towers alive as humanly possible, because if you let them get into your base, it eviscerates everything. And yeah, Aster, do the right thing. Use the glyph, do whatever you need to do, delay this push. Keep these towers alive. Now though, Somnus is the overall net worth leader in the game, decided to rush this BKB on the Gyrocopter. Like BKB straight, no Ags, nothing. BKB E-Blade, alright, I like this. The other day when he played this, the game ended up not going their way. He built this sort of carry style build. He went like, I think it was Ags BKB? It was Maelstrom, Ags BKB, yeah. This game is going to be a menace with his spells. Lanem going to try D-Ward the Sentry before he dies. And takes out the Orbs Ward actually, what a player. And he's not even going to die here. Borrow Time keeps him alive, and Monet shows up to make sure that's the case. And he has this Aegis. So even if they feel strong enough that they want to take some kind of engagement here, Red Panda messes up, doesn't get off the Echo Stomp. So that allows Monet to close the gap onto Somnus. Oh god. That's... Red Panda, that's on you. That's on you. That's on Red Panda. Oof. FY did his job with the Demonic Purge. FY might end up losing his own life still. Monet able to chase him down. Oh god. Oh, that's painful. But it's happened.
Structures are fortified.
Elephant now not only are behind in Aegis, but losing Somnus. They're going to lose some more Ancients here. Monet finally feeling strong enough to come and take this as well. And they really can't fight into this Aegis right now. XXX also going straight for the Aghanim Scepter, not even opting to stop over for Blink. Like, Ag straight, baby. But Elephant and the gang are coming. Aegis expires in 25 seconds. Monet, the first one to get caught out here. He's fairly far forward, so even with this Aegis, this is a very dangerous place to be. Does end up losing the first life. XXX, Yang gets off a fairly good arena there. He's going to be targeted by all this damage from Aster. He's still alive for now. Red Panda finds a nice Echo Stomp, but all this damage coming in from Somnus with the BKB enables them to bring down the Lion, and now they turn their attention back towards White Album. They have to use a Yule Scepter just to go and stay alive a little while longer, but it's not long enough. He ends up dying. Homing Missile now also chasing down onto Monet. The Brewmaster split has ended, so they do not have bonus control left in this fight. Somnus wanting to run down Lanem, but turning his attention back towards Monet as they find him in the trees. FY with the Shadow Poison scouts him out, enables them to get that kill. Red Panda does end up falling on the background of the fight to XXX, but Elephant still take a massive fight. They fight through the Aegis and get both of the big cores out of Aster, whilst keeping Somnus and the Luna alive.
He changes hands.
Fantastic fight for Elephant. Now with that Roche having already been claimed, sitting on cooldown, they can use this time to start farming up. Their positioning in that fight was amazing. Eurus in particular baited that fight quite well. He knew that he was underneath the Mask of Madness, right? He was fighting forward, dishing out a bit of damage, and then he ran back. Somnus pops BKB, and Monet realizes that he can't really close the gap onto the Luna, tries to fight against the Gyrocopter, not able to do so completely. And then afterwards, when his Odin Rage is down, then Luna comes back with the Eclipse. Does an absurd amount of damage, forces Monet back immediately, and White Album's like, well, gang, aren't we fighting? Nope, we're dying. BKB now picked up for this Luna in tandem with the BKB from the Gyrocopter. They just lose FY on the other side of the map. Feels bad. Dies in the trees. Picked up by this White Album Leshrak. But they need to get BKBs of their own right now on the side of Aster. Just having Enrage isn't enough as a defensive ability. Like, even if he goes for SNY, I think he should still get BKB. And White Album desperately needs his own one. Aster though, still in charge in the overall farm. Things not looking dire whatsoever. It's still Yang that needs to catch up on his net worth on the side of Aster. XXX did go for the Aghanim Scepter and it is now complete. So double brew charges. In that previous fight, things could have been a lot different if he didn't run out of the brew form and have to then retreat in the fight. If he could go for it again. We'll see how things pan out here as Elephant will now take a fight towards Aster as they smoke up here. They don't have the full complement though. Somnus is not with them. So this feels slightly risky. However, they are going to come across Lanem, who's just doing his job. Breaking smokes, getting his team vision. Doing the right thing. This is why they pick Abaddon. It takes so much time for them to do this. And by the time you die, your team has spent so much time being able to think about what to do next that you almost rarely... So you know sometimes what will happen in a team is a 5 position gets caught out in a bad position and then suddenly that team is like, oh well, what just happened? Maybe 1 or 2 of them is a bit disorientated, they get picked off anyway. In this situation, when you're playing Abaddon, it takes them eons to kill you, so by the time you die, everybody knows, oh wait, avoid that area of the map. And look, at the side of Aster, nobody's playing on the north side anymore. Amazing. Next Roche will be up in 90 seconds. Elephant desperately want to be able to claim that and deny it from the Ursa. There's also some decent spells to be upgraded by the Aghanim Shard. Personally, I'm trying to see Aghanim Scepter on Elder Titan as well as the Shard. If Aster get the Shard, they definitely want to give it to the Ursa. We'll see who Elephant decides to give it to. They actually might give it to Gyrocopter because they are playing this more magic-oriented build. So that could be the priority. And the Shard is decent on this hero in any way. Let's see. Tier 1 tower middle still needs to be taken. Does Borax have Blink Dagger? Yeah, he does. The crucial thing for Elephant is as long as they fight around their BKBs, they cannot die. During BKB, it's only Monet that's dishing out the damage, and he can do damage to Luna or Gyrocopter, but not to both at once, and both of them can hit him really hard at once. But the crucial thing is that as they're hitting him, they're also hitting everybody else. Gyrocopter has Flat Cannon, Luna has the Moonglaves. So they can just focus Monet as the primary target and still win the fight against everybody else in a way that Monet can't do to them. So provided they keep these BKBs up, Aster in a rough position. But Elephant, we've seen them in this position before where they seem like they can take fights but end up bottling the game. Oh my god, you know what I realize Elephant is? If this was football, Elephant would be PSG as an actual team. Bottom, Yang. I mean, I guess Yang needs to find farm somewhere. Ends up getting bursted. But yeah, Elephant is PSG's. Looking like they have a stacked team, but still gonna end up with a season lost to low. Feels bad, man. And with just bottling every Champions League performance, every Champions League season. Somnus has to pop BKB to enable them to kill Lana. If they can get Borax attached to it worth, yeah, that's worth it. Because now Roche is open. And both these supports, I don't think have buyback. Oh, they actually found Monet as well with the Demonic Purge. He has to run away. Remember, he still does not have BKB. They do have XXX here who's going to go in for the first usage of his ultimate. Eurus is actually going to chase for Monet. But they hide very well in the trees there. White Album though takes a lot of the damage from the Eclipse, will eventually pop his BKB. Monet now turn on to Eurus. Eurus, too far forward, my friend. The rest of your team is trying to deal with XXX. Oh god. What did I tell you? PSG up 4-0 against Barcelona in leg one. And somehow, you bottle the series. Eurus, oh god. Oh well. Well, that just happened. And now suddenly, it's Aster that are gonna get into a Roshan pick. That's actually amazing. That's incredible. I'm so happy I got to see that. Can they fight this though? 20 seconds until they have this Luna back online. Echo Stomp doesn't manage to do the thing. Red Panda doesn't want to use the Echo Splitter, but it's too late. Yang jumps in. They get the Aegis already. Yang was going to end up losing his life here maybe. Gets saved by FY. Somnus went in with the BKB. Tried to do as much damage as he could. BKB now popped by Yang to try and get himself out of trouble. Red Panda, Echo Stomp standing up 2 heroes. FY going to get caught on the eastern part of the fight. And he moves away from his team so that they do not die with him. And he ends up losing his life. Monet gets the Aegis, gets the kill. On the bright side, I think Yang did snag the cheese. Wait, let's see who got the cheese. Oh, Ursa got everything. Got the Aegis, got the cheese. And I imagine if we click on him, we'll have a shard picked up. Yep. Yang just a little bit too late on that one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Monet now feeling extremely strong. BKB ready in very, very short order, but he doesn't need it because he already has this Aegis in tow. With the Elven Tunic too. This is actually quite useful on an Ursa, not just for the attack speed, but that evasion can make such a difference, and that movement speed. Ursa generally gets beaten by kiting him out, but preventing that from happening with some additional MS. All of this starts to stack up. I mean, a 486 MS is it's a lot. It's a lot. So the Brewmaster Aghanim Scepter Skate Little Toast, what it does is it gives you double charges on the Primal Split.
Money changes.
So you can use it, like the uptime is just insane. Like the duration of this thing, 20 seconds, 40 seconds of split in a fight, crazy. And we're gonna try jump land him right quick, just get a nice quick pick off here if they can. XXX will just go for the ultimate. Monet jumping up onto the high ground, gets the Demonic Purge for his efforts. Yang pops the BKB with the arena, catching in several heroes from Aster. They lose Lanem, but Eurus is in the middle of all these cores, does manage to keep his HP up. Monet turning his attention towards Red Panda. Red Panda trying to get an Echo Stomp, won't happen. Borax fingers him down and gets the kill. Though Monet in a little bit of trouble though, still does have this Aegis, FY. Additional save out onto Eurus. With the disruption, it's not going to be enough to keep him alive for much longer. Somnus also drops the cooldown, but unfortunately he can't approach the fight. And they end up losing Yang as well. BKB is down, so no additional protection for him. Monet does pop the Aegis, but well worth to get all those cores. Somnus survives the fight, but Eurus as well as Yang end up going down yet again. Hey, Rishi B, what's good? I'm glad you're back, comrade. I'm glad you're having a good time. Enjoy yourself. It's destiny at this point. Might as well just accept your fate. You are now a Snare fan. It is what it is. Sure, also I must say that quietly Borax has been having a monster performance. Very quietly doing his thing. Getting key hexes, key earth spikes. FY has also been having a monster performance as well. His disruptions, I did say that they're going to need him to have him be on point with every one of them. And to his credit, he actually has been. This could have been way worse. Right now, Aster could have been like 30-13. FY has been preventing a lot of that, but there's only so much he can do. Unfortunately, we're having yet another game where Red Panda, somewhat struggling to pull his weight. Oh boy. Aster, smoke up again. Gonna go for a big play. Monet, they come across Red Panda. Alright, this time he is pulling his weight because he breaks the smoke. So what your 5 position is there for. Good job. $11K gold lead at the moment. Experience coming up on 15. And they are going to take the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Tier 2 middle is gone. Tier 2 bottom is still in play, FY. Ah, this is innovative. Look at what they've been doing, right? So FY has been playing with the Luna. They've been getting these illusions. And every time when some of the illusions are about to expire, he jumps in to disrupt it another time to get the cycle going once more. Kind of hilarious. Luna is going for this butterfly. I don't think Ursa... Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, I don't think Ursa's on the way to MKB just yet, but then I click on him. And indeed he is. Monet recognizes the situation. Also knows that he's playing against 2 Agi cores. The odds of there being a butterfly is 100% in this game. So preemptively going for this MKB before he even sees that item. I mean, he saw the Eagle Song on Eurus. But Eurus will maybe enjoy 2 minutes tops with this butterfly before there's a... Oh wait, never mind. Ursa changes his mind. Never mind. Just goes for the Sky. White Album. Bloodstone finished. BKB into Shivas. Help him resist all that damage coming in. BKB for Somnus. The Shivas for Luna. What's Somnus going for next after this E-Blade? He went for the Blink Dagger, so maybe he gets a Swift Blink or something. Maybe Arcane Blink actually. Might be decent. And he did buy the Aghanim Shard. With this build, I think you kind of have to. FY. On the bright side for Elephant, they haven't actually given up any irreplaceable real estate. Like, the game is still winnable for them. It's going to be very difficult, but it's still winnable. Yangdo's going to have the roughest time of this because there's no more opportunities left for him to really catch up on farm unless he picks up some extremely high value kills, or if this game goes like another billion minutes. And they are trying to give as much possible to... Oh, yeah. Oh, no. There are 2 heroes found out here. Monet's not nearby. Monet's not in this fight just yet. He's coming in. There's going to be a usage of the Earth Splitter. Monet with White Album. Pop the cheese, but he's still losing his life so quickly. Will he die? Yes, he will. BKB goes down and the Lucid Beam kills him. Monet finally shows up. They turn their attention onto Somnus. Somnus didn't get off his own BKB. Already used it, so wasn't able to use it again. Red Panda will also die. Monet now going on to Yang. This should be a quick pick for the Ursa. And XXX will use a primal split. There was a disruption to save Eurus, but his own BKB is down, so Monet still able to close the gap. The Glimmer Cape will keep him alive for a little bit longer, but this will eventually fade, and so will his life. Monet, unstoppable streak, 4 heroes down. That's a dream fight for Elephant. You get the pick of the White Album early in the fight without Monet being nearby. Things could not start anything better for you, but unfortunately, you're too far behind, as when this bear catches up, he's still able to mop everybody. White Album buys back as he recognizes here is our opportunity to win the game. They get the lane of racks. No way in hell they're going for extra racks. They're going for the jugular, baby. Give us them tier 4s. Give us the victory. There is buyback on the Luna. No buyback on Somnus, and even if he did, doesn't have the cooldown. Elephant might have one loss to Raw. In 10 seconds when Mars comes back, then Luna's gonna buy back, and they're gonna try for one last fight. But if they can't take it, it is gonna be GG. Diabolic Edict back online in 2 seconds. What can they do here? Gyro's up as well. This is it. Can they stop this? Gyro go in. BKB from Eurus. Can they stop anybody? Yang, very nice usage of the arena. Catches the lion. White Album go pops the BKB to escape. And here goes Somnus. Putting the cooldown onto 3. They managed to get the kill onto the lion at the very least, trying to chase everybody else back. And whew, alright. This last roll. Oh, they also catch XXX TPing out. They cancel out And for once, they catch him without having Primal Split online. It's coming back in a few seconds. Can they kill him in time? Oh, goodness. Just a few seconds. But they managed to bring him down. Well done, Elephant. Buying back on Eurus was necessary. But it keeps the game alive. Saves it for now. Still not enough. And I'm laughing because Yang finally gets the injection of gold that he needs. 1,000 gold for killing XXX. But that fight is the definition of a Pyrrhic victory as Elephant. A massive cloud passes over my house, putting me in darkness. The same might be true of Elephant. What will they do here? Final opportunity. If they do not get this Roche, this game is all but over. They need this Aegis on Eurus. He brought back, doesn't have it against Hoon. Monet jumps in, finds Red Panda. Yang goes in with the Arena of Blood onto 3. They bring down Lan there. Monet turning his attention onto Yang. Disruption will save him, but that means it's not available for Eurus, but he has the BKB of his own. Eclipse was already used. XXX coming in for the fight. Yang trying to get Eurus out of danger. Eurus falling low. Eurus taking too much damage. Eurus is gonna die. And that is a dieback on the Luna. Yang goes down. Doesn't have buyback either. They also managed to somehow find the toss up into the air, the Cyclone from XXX. That's why you get the Agnum Scepter on Brewmaster. And Somnus does survive, but it doesn't matter. As they call GG, Elephant throw in the towel, and Aster grab game number 1. Whew, what a game. What a game. Monet, Ursa, Lanem, Abaddon. Name a more iconic duo right now in Chinese Dota. I had to put the lights on because there's literally a storm that just started during the game. You know when the storm started, actually? The storm started when Paparazzi Eurus went and died middle. Yo, real talk, no joke, no cap, no memes. Like, this is actually being very, very serious. Super serious, right? Real serious. Let's talk. I don't know what death number that was. I think it was, we died 4 times in this game. Must have been like death 2 or something. I think lost them this game. Because if you didn't die there, they were not that far away of being able to claim an Aegis, get themselves a shot, get them things actually going for themselves in the game, but then the death actually does happen, and then it's like, yeah. That happened. Afterwards, look, I still think that Aster was still in a very favorable position, but there was still opportunities for Aster to take the fight back after that, right? If they take a fight with an Aegis on Luna and she's no longer afraid of going in with the spells, because that last fight, every fight was basically this, right? If Eurus is there, he dies. If he waits, actions happening, can go in a little bit later, then he lives. If he has an Aegis, he can keep doing that, but that one crucial death. Wow. Okay. Well, everybody who predicted Team Aster, congratulations. You get your dub, you get your W. What a fun game to watch. Aster though, just this seems so clean right now. This seems so solid all across the board. They're just solid, which is lovely to watch. I wish Elephant was in the same position. All their players, I mean, they have so many good players, but as somebody else was mentioning earlier, it doesn't seem that there used to be a point where a lot of their players were head and shoulders above everybody else. There was a point where Somnus was clearly the best mid in China. Eurus was clearly the best carry in China. FY was clearly the best 4 position. Yang clearly the best 3 position. Well, not clearly. Okay, Yang is the one that I'm like, okay, he was just the one of the best. He was never like head and shoulders above everybody else. And Red Panda, of course, up and coming. Looked so good when he was on the come up on Sparking Arrow with the God King. But it's only game 1. A lot can still happen as the series evolves, so don't go anywhere. We're going to continue with some more Dota in just a minute. In the meantime, make sure that you are following the channel. And if you enjoyed yourself, you had a good time, consider supporting us. Be cool. Be like Johnny right here, who decided to give a monetary donation, which you can do one time through PayPal. The links will be underneath the stream, or they'll pop up in the chat every now and then. If you don't want to do that, you can decide to become a patron. hit the big orange button on the stream as well. That'll allow you to become a patron on patreon.com, or you can just subscribe here on Twitch. Be like chirp. Chirp, chirp. I don't know how that's how you pronounce your nick, but shout out to you, comrade, for the sub. Definitely you are the sub of the day. So you get the king emoji spam in chat. So I'm gonna do that in a second. But thank you so much. Be like chirp. Be like them. Be awesome. And be kind to yourself and others. And with that, we're going to be right back with some more Dota 2 action. So don't go anywhere, and we'll continue in just a moment.
It's gone. Don't think too long. Don't blink. It's gone. Don't think too long. Don't blink. It's gone.
Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and my NB comrades here to Snare Casting as we continue with the I-League. Game number 2 of Team Aster taking on Elephant, where game 1 was Aster showing why they are posting up the best results in China right now and hoping to do so yet again over the side of Elephant. Elephant, unfortunately, Luna carry doesn't work out once more, but that's not really the whole story. Some other issues were there present in how they played out that game. Let's hope that this gets solved in game 2. Let's see. We're here in game 2. Elephant playing on Radiant side. Dire side is going to be Aster this go around. I do think one of the reasons why Elephant probably... Wait, they don't have first pick, right? Yeah. So that means that Aster probably had a side selection or pick selection. So they wanted to deny away the Red Panda ET. So they do so by making sure to first ban it out. And they pick the Treant Protector. These are some of the heroes he's played really well. And they also get the Lanam tree. They know that it's not banned out. Elephant decided rather to ban out the Nyx Assassin. Yo, Borax Nyx is pretty crazy. Especially because they were going to pick the first pick Lion Tidehunter. So they give themselves some better team fight. Nice big AoE stun that doesn't necessarily require you to target it perfectly to ensure maximum effectiveness. You get the magic damage from the Lion. They're blazing through this draft. Team Aster responded to that with a Razor. So Razor probably goes safe lane but can also go mid. Very nice flex pick from them. Oh god. Then they went Dazzle Husker. Alright, cool. Alright, okay. Dazzle Husker. Just straight up right now from the side of Aster, okay.
10 seconds remaining.
So
5 seconds.
there's no space for Axe anymore in this draft for them, unfortunately. And they've gone for a lot of magic damage up until this point. I mean, look at this from Elephant. Magic damage Lion, magic damage Tidehunter, magic damage Leshrac. Defensive support on the Abaddon. This is terrifying. Yo, this is a very scary game to be playing into a Huskar. None of your heroes do anything against them. What do you pick?
Remaining.
PL gets banned out by Aster.
5 seconds remaining.
Ancient Apparition obviously can't come out because they already have supports. I doubt Elephant plays Meepo for Eurus. They do have lost overall pick, so maybe they can cheese a Meepo. I don't know. You can potentially play CK against it, but not necessarily always the best hero either. Like right now in the safe lane in particular. Clinks maybe? Terrorblade, Morphling, some of these illusion carries. Eurus does play a lot of them, so Aster will probably ban TB here. TB or Morph. Yeah, I think Morphling is probably the best one actually. Because I'd also be afraid of playing into Morph with the rest of my draw from Aster. They have absolutely no control outside of the overgrowth from the Treant Protector. That is the one aspect that is very good about the draft. For Elephants, that is. They can look at the draft from Aster and say, okay, at the very least, we're dealing with a Huskar that's going to have a lot of sustain from Dazzle. He's going to have living armor from the Treant Protector. Killing him is going to be quite difficult, but a lot of this draft is about the Huskar. Razor will do his thing of trying to leash up our primary core, but we do have the option to pick a hero that can play with a lot of mobility, with a lot of elusiveness, that doesn't get caught and die. Weaver also have been a good option. Another decent hero pickup that we've seen against these heroes on Aster.
10 seconds remaining.
What do they need still to round out this draft? We still need a hero for Monet to play. Unless Monet plays the Razor. Yeah, probably actually he's gonna play the Razor. Because they still need an offlaner. Pango would have been nice, Elsie would have been nice, Centaur's gone, Mars is gone. Sand King's still in the pool. Axe. Oh, I was actually saying earlier on that Axe is gone, that Elephant can't pick it, but they can get it for themselves, Aster. And Elephant, they go for Drow. Okay. Drow Ranger. This is interesting. This is an interesting one. Okay. Okay. Drow being snagged up here does mean that... Okay, let's think about the Drow in this game, right? Drow versus Axe Huskar. Those are the only two heroes that get super far forward. The lane can be really good against the Axe. Not super good, but it depends on what Red Panda is able to achieve in that lane. I'm really surprised about this draw pick. The aura, I guess, decent enough for Somnus, but they're gonna definitely have some tankability and survivability issues. If anybody ever gets on top of Drow, she's just going to melt. And we've seen in the previous game that that positioning from Monet and XXX is generally stellar. He didn't end up getting the Hurricane Pike, I don't think, on the Drow Ranger, on the Luna in the previous game, so might have to get it this time. But here we go. Let's see. Game number 1. Elephant playing on the Radiant side. Can they take this game against the dire team of Team Aster, who's been looking hot, on form? Who's got this? Let's find out.
Prepare for battle.
Elephant need this W. They need this win.
Nothing.
It's looking spicy.
Are you lost?
This game is winnable as well. They now have the Abaddon Leshrac combination that we saw in game 1 to beautiful and wonderful effect. The great thing about this Abaddon, right, is that Abaddon, you know what Abaddon is good with? It is very useful against this Huskar because sure, you can't dispel the burning spears, but what you can do is dispel the inner fire. So that knockback that generally allows Huskar to close that distance and keep him hitting on you, can get rid of it. Keep popping out those miscoils onto the Leshrac, allow her to resist that damage. Because Huskar normally wants to be able to jump in, go in, and also Light Break is dispellable too, so can get rid of that slow.
Battle.
So a lot of utility can come out of this. In particular, Leshrac as well is very, 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 very good in the hands of Somnus. So expecting a very good performance out of him. Erstwhile, XXX Axe. I think we also saw this the other day and it owned. Alright, the horn has sounded, and y'all know what that means. That means bets and predictions will close. So now, let us see who has got this.
You
Elephant
fought
or
badly.
Team Aster.
Died worse.
What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Schedule source, you have to put exclamation points to see how many you have left. Mid lane, White Album playing on this Razor versus Somnus's Leshrac. I must say, White Album has been getting scarily good of late. He's been really solid in the laning phase. His come up sort of reminds me of Ori on the side of Vici Gaming. There was a long period of time where people, myself included, didn't really think Ori was that good. Like, he was amazing on like Storm Spirit. And you'd be like, alright, his Storm is amazing, but if he's not playing Storm Puck, meh. But he just kept grinding it out, getting better and better and better and better. And now, out here, White Album is doing the same thing. In this game though, Aster will find themselves playing in a more difficult lane than what they had to endure last game for XXX. Well, at least will depend on what Red Panda decides to do. But they want to kill Red Panda as early as possible because that then means potential ability to get XXX all the farm he wants. Otherwise, very little threat onto the Drow Ranger. And because they have the Aphotic Shield in this lane, Battle Hunger does nothing, so XXX might decide to level up differently as well. And out on top, Monet. He's the one that's playing this Huskar. The safe lane Husk into the lane versus Tidehunter. For the most part, Tide should be able to farm well in this lane. Especially because Monet is not really going to be leveling up Burning Spears for quite some time. Doesn't want to be throwing out precious HP points. At least until he gets level 3. Then he can make the decision if he wants to go 1-1-1 or 2-0-1. Or even 1-0-2 might be the decision for him. is definitely a game where Huskar needs to have a good performance, needs to be able to pop off. Otherwise, Eurus does have the potential and the threat to sort of solo carry this game. If they can't get to this draw as this game goes on, and if we get ultra late as well, when we get to points with like pickup of draw, Aghanim scepters and the like, then things get really scary and dangerous. Top lane, FY. Ooh, came in clutch. The Hex onto Lanem will keep his Tidehunter alive. There's no salve available just yet in the lane, but it will be delivered now from the courier. Should just watch his positioning, Yang. Lanem has Nature's Grasp, my friend. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Borax and Red Panda will just... this is great. Red Panda will do this all day, any day. If he's dragging Borax with him, it's very unlikely that he dies. He has 5 stick charges and a mango for Aphotic Shield. But it also does mean now that XXX can actually use Battle Hunger in the lane. It no longer just gets insta-dispel, so that's going to allow him to get more CS as he can put slight pressure out onto the Drow Ranger. Hey, Comrade Farmer Fat, my boy Shaps. What's good, fam? How you doing, cuz? Fam, is it also storming there by you? There's like a random flash flood or flash storm here randomly. And this is what happens, dude. Eurus, Red Panda can't be away from you. Red Panda, what's happening? Oh my god, Red Panda, Red Panda, Red Panda, Red Panda. 2 games in a row, fam. 2 games in a row. Miscommunication happening here in the safe lane. Almost gets Red Panda. Finds him giving up the first blood. He might die here. Aphotic Shield just in time. That's the second time in the series that we've seen that. Where the first rotation is fine. Okay, top lane, FY will end up going down. That's the second time where it's like the first rotation from Red Panda to run around is okay. But the second one during the stacking, whilst Eurus is very far forward in the lane, could have been disastrous. Red Panda needs to stay in this lane. They'll start the stack up later. Although they want to go for a potential kill here. XXX gonna find himself getting earth spiked. Do they have enough damage to kill him? It does seem like it. This is going to be a kill, and they do pick him up. FY gives his team a little bit of additional gold, as he's a bit sorry for giving up the first blood, but in this situation grants his team a kill down bottom in a lane where XXX got a bit more farm than they would have been happy for him to pick up. So them killing him, very good move there. They become middle as well to take some of this Razor's creeps. Yo, FY will often do this in some of these Elephant games. Honestly, it's felt like Elephant has been hard carried by FY and Somnus. But between the two of them, they sort of get these games where they're like, you know what? We're not losing. Screw this. We're gonna win this game, man. Yeah, fam, I was busy streaming, like, and then suddenly I was in the dark. I didn't know what happened. These flash floods lately are getting a bit out of control. It's a bit much. But like, White Album trying to chase down Somnus with the ultimate. FY though, also nearby, does manage to throw out the Earth Spike. And Razor out of mana right now. FY just gonna TP out. Dude, are you kidding me? FY God. Living up to his name, and also giving Somnus the space to go pick up a regen rune in the top lane that Razor would have loved to get to refill his own bottle. Life is good. A bit unfortunate there for White Album in that situation, you know. Would have preferred if things were a bit different. Also now though, Eurus has been effectively able to reach level 6. Axe can no longer lane bottom. In the jungle he goes.
Is a great conductor.
FY God, man. Help secure the bottom lane. Help secure middle.
Regeneration.
Yeah, you're on your own. But FY God do what he needs to do. One thing though is that up until the point where this Huskar has max levels into the Berserker's blood, as well as they have maybe Just the Manta, but probably BKB as well from XXX. Still a lot of damage coming in from Somnus. My man is extremely dangerous, so Aster definitely need to play quickly on the map. Make sure they don't end up falling behind. At the same time though, they are playing with a Treant Protector, so they can buy a lot of time. XXX in a lot of trouble. He is definitely gonna die. And in the meantime, they're gonna try to take a fight in the top lane, it seems, from Aster. So they're gonna try force them away from the tower to take it. Yang, no Ravage online just yet. He's only level 4 top lane. This is taking a little bit longer than they would have liked to kill XXX, but they do eventually bring him down. White Album though, he ends up dying. Somnus shows up with all this damage. I just warned. But there is still so much magic damage, and Borax wasn't nearby to throw in the Shadow Wave. So they end up just losing the Razor. Alright, Elephant. Somnus gets a kill top, gets support back middle, refill his bottle. Eurus is just standing here farming after getting a kill onto Axe. Life is really good. Young Johnny. What's good, Young Johnny? What's good? By the way, y'all can see there's a new emote. Well, if it works. It seems like Twitch is having trouble recognizing it, but you know, when it works, it looks cool. Probably for spamming in the middle of a crazy team fight. XXX. Vanguard up. Average times for an X. And they're gonna stack as many of these ancients as humanly possible for farm later. Both teams doing this. Dra will, of course, maybe look into getting an additional farming item, but doesn't need it. You can just farm that with multi-shot later. Dire side can just have XXX spin through those ancients to get the early blink dagger. And this is the first big item for the house guard. Gets the armlet. Armlet, treads, halberd. Let's go. And then BKB. Well, maybe not BKB this game. Nah, BKB. Against Leshrac, yeah, BKB. They're gonna smoke up now on Elephant. Somnus leading the charge. The aforementioned Leshrac wanting to make his mark on the game once more. Borax will waste their time with a Shallow Grave, but that means that they know for a fact that XXX does not have it, so they'll just ravage him. I mean, why not? At this stage of the game, doesn't seem like Aster actually wants to fight you wholesale just yet. They get the burst out onto him, Red Panda, having a lot of his damage stolen, but this might have been a bit of far of a dive in here from White Album. However, does have the Eye of the Storm going, and the tier 1 tower is still at full HP, so it's quite difficult to imagine that they stick around for much longer. Leshrac also out of mana, so time to retreat. Yes. Yes indeed, Johnny. Yes indeed. XXX. Doing the right thing. Just trying to get this blink, farming these ancients. Doing what he needs to do in the situation. Just trying to make sure that as much as humanly possible, get that farm, baby. Get that money. Yeah, Monet does start the build up into that Heaven's Halberd, but just Sanj straight into BKB. They'll finish the Halberd later. For now, just the Sanj is good enough. Bottom lane, they will find the Overgrowth directly onto FY. Will they be able to kill him? Yang also ports in. They have the damage necessary to kill FY, but this is a bit big of a rotation. Although they do kill Yang, will rotate it in to die. They're not bringing in their damage though. Without the Leshrac or the Drow, these heroes just do not die. And the 4 heroes make that 5 because Borax also shows up. Will be able to secure the kills and get themselves the tier 1 tower. That was a very bizarre sequence of events. Yang TP'd in, so did Red Panda, but both of them just came with, if you don't come with Leshrac or Drow, that's no point TPing in. Just let the Lion die and the tower fall. Somnus in the meantime will grab the tier 1 on the other side. Diabolic Edict is out. He desperately wants to take this before the heals start pouring in from the tree. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a possibility though. Okay, I'll work on it. I'll resize it. FY just destroys the regen room. Make sure White Album can't refill his bottle. Man, poor White Album. Just been refilling this off of bounty runes. They've been doing their utmost to deny him any and all power runes in this game. Aster though, still have a net worth advantage in their favor. This time though, it is Yang as well as XXX being even in their net worth. Unlike in game 1 where Yang had a monstrous start. Monet soon has access to the Sange, max level Berserker's Blood. Once we have Sange, let's go baby, let's go. Maybe wait for Blink Dagger actually, it's only a couple hundred gold for Axe. So just wait a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane, Somnus here with Yang. They're gonna throw in the Diabolic Edict onto the Tian Tower. Should be able to grab it. Borax will find himself getting brought down. They have the spell combination from FY. No Shallow Grave, because there's a Finger of Death after the Hex to prevent it. Alright, first stack being gained there for FY. Eurus in the top lane trying to TP out to safety. Will he make it? Yeah, he does. Just barely. Just barely. Overgrowth from Lanem came in. Unfortunately not able to catch up in time.
Illusion.
Team Aster definitely wants to start getting out on the map as soon as they get the Blink Dagger, because this draft wants to play active. You're not trying to play a farm fest versus draw Leshrac. This Huskar will peak at some point. Not as bad as it used to be in terms of late game scaling, but still not the hero you pick if you're trying to go into the ultra late game. Top, they really want to take this tower, Lanem. His death will enable this tower to go down so much faster, but they still do have it. Between Eurus and the damage coming out of the Leshrac Diabolic Edict, way too much damage. So they end up getting the tower there. Good job from them. Who do I think will win? I actually like Elephant's Draft more. Did I not say? Yeah, I actually like Elephant's Draft more. Like, yeah, it is Huskar Dazzle that you're playing into, but I haven't been fully convinced by Dazzle combinations just yet. And I just think they're gonna have a rough time getting to the Draw Ranger reliably. That being said, it also depends on the performance of Eurus. They're gonna go in for a Blink Core right now. This might set up for a multi-hero Ravage. They need to be careful here. No BKBs, Yang. He's gonna try TP out. Overgrowth will be there. He's not gonna rip the Ravage Rip. That's a lot of patience from Yang. This gives up the Roche though. Yeah, I shouldn't have said I thought Elephant was gonna win moments before they get themselves caught in a Blink Core. And this Roche can fall extremely quickly. Dazzle has access to the medallion. Huskar is in the pit. They have to stop this by any means necessary. They're being scouted out by this vision though, and Roche, not much longer for this world. Shades of game number 1. And unfortunately they can't stop it. Buyback ends up being superfluous. Elephant to the death on Yang. Oh boy. Oh boy. FY at the very least does have an incredibly early Blink Dagger, so that's gonna make a huge difference in their ability to press forward in this game. They do have the D-Lance for Drow. They're still keeping up farm on the Drow and the Leshrac. Somnus looking for the Sange and Kaya immediately after picking up this Yule Scepter.
You deserve nothing. You
Team
fought
Aster.
badly. Die worse.
With BKB on White Album, his job is going to be get to the Drow, get the marksmanship disabled, but more importantly, take away her damage. If you can get to the Drow as this Razor and just drain her up, you can actually make sure that she doesn't really have a presence in this fight.
Service to balance.
It's a difficult job, and especially he has to do it whilst being able to survive all the arrows while he's on the way. And that's why it's also important for Drow Reader to pick up this Hurricane Pike, so that as the Razor is closing down onto her, or the Huskar is just jumping into her face, she can use the Pike to buy some distance, buy some space, which crucially will be buying time for these BKBs to run down and then turn it back. FY. Bit of a rare mistake from him there, not going in for the Hex, rather going for the Earth Spike, but I guess wasn't in range. So the Axe is able to blink away to safety. As much as I think the Elephant Drop can win, I bet you they can just hold this game. Aster just been looking so good. Also, I must say, Monet, in my mind, has replaced Sylar as the go-to super stable carry in China. You know, for years, when you thought about like a carry player who's not going to make mistakes, game in, game out, you think of Sylar. But in the years since TI7, Monet's been impressing. Has had some rough years since the third place finish, but now, they potentially turn this fight right now. There's going to be a Ravage that gets popped, Split Earth also down. They already used the Shallow Grave, and they get off the BKB to try TP out. Nice job call from XXX to allow the escape. It's going to give up his own life, but perhaps not, as here comes Monet on the back of the fight. Maybe this is a bad idea. Does have a double damage rune, but there are several heroes around him. He bursts through this Abaddon, but gets silenced up. He's so far from the Drow. Look at the Drow damage. They have the Shallow Grave ready again though. Drow, they're closing the gap. Nice Hex from FY. They're making sure that Monet will suffer all the damage. Borax will go down. Eurus with the multi-shot able to make it happen, and the Split Earth will connect onto Monet. These armlet toggles though with the living armor, making it so difficult for them to kill him. Eurus getting leech seated up. They want Monet to close the gap. Has the life break in 1 second. 4-star forward though as it just arrived. Eurus able to escape the fight. And Nosamnus also not wanting any more of the smoke. It seems like that's how it will end. 2 for 2. Razor almost dying. White Album managed to TP home, regen his HP, and walk back to the fight. That's how long this engagement was. But it ultimately ends up with nobody really claiming a major advantage. But Team Aster feeling strong enough to still push for the tier 2 tower. Poor FY. Don't know what that was about, mate. Red Panda. Okay, buyback on FY. Oh, they're trying to bait a bad fight. Right, this can actually work. This can actually work. Lanem, multi-shot. Is going to be very good. Out onto him. Now FY is blinked in. Gets the Hex directly out onto this Huskar. He gets silenced up as well. Borax is not nearby, remember. They don't have this Dazzle right on top of him. Monet going to jump in with the life break onto Yang to get the die back out onto FY though. And with XXX being there, White Album draining too much damage. They're too weak for the follow-up fight. And they just end up losing 2 heroes. They do force a buyback out of the tree, but seems like they drastically overestimated their own damage at this stage of the game.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Red Panda getting chased down by White Album. Jeez, White Album, chill fam. Do you know it's only a game of Dota 2? Are you aware?
tower has fallen.
Relax, yo. White Album did boss that fight though. Spent a lot of time. Him and XXX did the most. Whilst all the chain disable was going down onto the Huskar, the two of them were working the edges of the fight quite well. White Album draining damage, turning on the Eye of the Storm, forcing everybody to retreat from him. And XXX keeping Yang in a position where he can't throw out Anchor Smashes or Gushes onto the Huskar to make him easier to kill. XXX. BKB, not too long from now. Summoners also needs BKB so badly. The lead though is starting to grow in favor of Team Aster. 4k gold lead for them. Net worth is the trailing indicator behind the experience at this point. That's almost 7,500. Level 18 on the Huskar, jeez. Also, we've seen a reversal of fortunes between Yang and XXX. And it's now Yang. It's having a really rough game. He hasn't really been able to put himself on the map with this Ravage. Borax has also been a god. His positioning, the keen optic has helped out, but he's been in the right place at the right time with these Shadow Graves. And unfortunately for Elephant, they're not playing with like some Storm Spirit or Puck in the mid lane. It's very difficult for them to prioritize reaching him first inside of these engagements. There's going to be a smoke play now, rolling in through this mid lane. They don't have an Aegis, but they like to take a fight and claim positioning such that they could take the follow-up on Red Panda. As is in a Baron's job, will pop the smoke. Will he die? Looks like he will. XXX able to jump him on the far side of the fight. It will be the borrowed time. Do they go for the follow-up jump? Okay, looks like the Draw Ranger using the multi-shot to zone these other heroes back. So that it's a very bad idea. They were going to maybe go for that pincer maneuver down from the tier 2 in the high ground, but unfortunately, Draw good on the money. And she picked up the Agnum shot as well, so it gives her the frost arrows. Yo, hypothermia is kind of based. Oh snap, look at this. Jump forward from FY. Are they going to get this kill? Shallow Grave is going to be there from Borax, but there is going to be the Ravage. Chain disabled for Monet. He's trying to armlet toggle through. Will he survive this fight? Monet, look at him go. Turning it around. Burning Fire will be there. They've killed two. Borax with the Shallow Grave able to hold that fight. They also get the kill onto Somnus. Eurus survives by the skin of his teeth. Okay, Borax. Alright fam, I see you. And Monet, are you kidding me? What a turn! From literally a sliver of HP back up to 4.4k damage done to the opponent. And back up to full. Lane heals him. Shallow Grave plus living armor plus Shadow Wave plus living armor. Crazy amounts of sustain. Borax dies. Man, that must have been satisfying for the side of Team Elephant. But unfortunately, this will not save their tier 3 tower in the high ground as it's being taken. Team Aster. Do they back from this? Okay, they're gonna back. Okay. Whew. Still though, massive advantage claim from them. They get the kill onto Somnus, prevent him being able to get closer to the Sanjin Kaya. Also force him to use a BKB charge. That was the 9-second one. And that gives him the goal to finish the full Sanjin Yasha for White Album. So he's less susceptible to this damage from Elephant in these fights. White Album. Still not gotten the memo that this is just a game of Dota, as he's just going ham. Red Panda will just go scout out what the goings on in the Roshan pit. XXX does he manage to find a pretty good core. BKB pop by him. And Red Panda gets forced up onto the high ground, but will still die. They don't have a Ravage here, so Yang has to get away from this high ground. FY trying to TP out will not be so lucky, ends up getting brought down. The same is true for Yang. And the two of them dying. Eurus tries to TP out like normal. This time around, does still get out. But it's a bit of a problem that every fight happens like that. Yang plus one support dying. Hell, in this situation, Red Panda brought back because he died first. They buy back now on Yang, but this Roche is going to be dead before they even get back to the area around the Roshan pit. Yang is here without FY. Don't know if this is actually a good fight to take. Roche about to fall. There we go, jump in. The Ravage. Monet did grab the Aegis. Where is the follow-up damage? Split Earth doesn't connect onto anybody, so XXX and Monet immediately eviscerate the Time Hunter. Now Eurus is in a world of trouble, him and Red Panda. Eurus no longer has access to the TP scroll, so his patented maneuver is no longer available to him. White Album's gonna just try to run him down, and he realizes the inevitable is coming, and he'll just call GG. Elephants go down 2-0. Team Aster. Good for the money yet again. Just looking too damn fresh. Just looking too good. And Elephants, another disappointing finish from them. Yeah. I will definitely say that Elephant just feels very discoordinated. Well, I think we all know what's coming. The only question is when. When is the disband being announced? Is it going to happen before or after TI? That's actually the only thing that's left to ask about this Elephant squad. They just seem so out of it. If even ROTK can't whip you into shape. Like, it's been what now? A month and a bit with ROTK? And still, they really failed to be able to have any major impact. And it's not because of the drafts, it's the play. It's the play. And I think as well, like, it keeps... Yang and Red Panda keep dying too often. I think, in my opinion, these are the two big weak links in the team, but in this game in particular, there were certain deaths where, for example, deaths around Roshan. Tide Hunters can't be dying like that. If Tide Hunters die like that, and they're your main big AoE spell, suddenly now what? It's like, okay, you can't fight in this area, so we're just going to take this Rosh, thank you very much. For example, you know I play around Roshan where FY went in with the jump in with the spells all onto Monet. Tide Hunter can't be the one that follows up with the Ravage. After the Hex, the Ravage has to come sooner thereafter, because if it doesn't, Shallow Grave is guaranteed, and then they don't have enough damage to kill Monet. And that kept happening over and over. 808 on the Huskar. And there were several fights where Monet should have died. Remember that fight bottom? Where Monet, I think, got 2 Shallow Graves in one fight. Oh no, Borax got off 3 Shallow Graves in total in one engagement. That should never happen. After the first Shallow Grave, the team should be like, let's kill Dazzle. And they only killed Dazzle afterwards, but at that point, Monet is back up to like half HP, and you can't kill him anymore. That was... yeah. Elephant's definitely not playing the best Dota in the world.